Let me get my shoes.
Got you, sir. I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes, sir.
Hold that in your head. It's bloody.
So we gotta move to the bus. Let me get my shoes.
Okay, my shoes down. My shoes.
Watch out.
Wait.
死んだは初めて俺に伝えている。
絶望を飲み終えた。
面白いこと見せようか。ほら、こんなにガチンが多すぎて。
お父さん、
あかん。
ドナルド君、まだ死ぬ時じゃないでしょ。
アメリカ、万歳、ファイト。
絶対負けないよ。
ランド、トゥライドまで。
出ろ。だってまだサンキュー言ってないでしょ。一回も言ってください。
おい、仲良くしてね。この世界、季節にいけるかな。昔グレートだと、大きにまたグレートになるかな。あのさ、有名人なら誰かのマンコを掴んでいいさ。そう。やらせるで。
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I'm your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Monday. Second stream of the day. We did Geeks and Gamers Daily earlier. That was a lot of fun. And now we're doing CobraCast. We have a lot to talk about. There's a lot going on. And we actually just got an announcement that President Trump is going to be addressing the nation on Thursday night at 9 p.m. Will I be covering it? We'll see. Because I had already had tickets to see the Odyssey at that point in time. We'll see. We'll see if we're able to switch that around. But yes, and Trump is going ham right now on a lot of different things. We've got an update to the late Lindsey Graham's, Senate seat. They have addressed that, so we're going to talk about that. And Trump is basically bombing the living hell out of Iran. Very happy about that for sure. So, of course, I will be taking victory laps here very soon. We'll talk about that in a bit. But the first things first, let's see who's here in the chat. Hello, everyone. Rock Bottom says, we all knew South Carolina was neocon. The governor selected Lindsey Graham's sister to replace him. Well, that's what Trump wanted. The fuck are you talking about? That's what Trump wanted. So do people understand what's going on? Or do you just repeat what the latest right-wing talking head said? This is literally what Trump wanted. So, so Trump got what he wanted. Little Jim Salo says, Antifa ICE riots starting in Maine. Grapdar's Hammer says, what's the hoodie? Live for the drive. It's just a hoodie I picked up. Nothing that I'm, I just bought it from somewhere. And it's very representative of me because I live for the drive. Everywhere I don't like flying. And I like to be in control, so I have to be the one driving. And that's why I'm driving 30-something hours to Vegas. So, yeah. I didn't see Trump in the press conference. Well, Trump kind of busy these days. But, yeah, Trump was, that's what Trump wanted. So, he called for it. Chrissy's going to be on Timcast. Hope it goes well. Hope she makes $1 million. Hope she makes $1 million. He ma'am for $1. Thank you. Chad Layton says it's my birthday today. Took the day off just to watch the 199 half a century mark. Holy shit. The big 5-0, my friend. The big 5-0. Happy birthday, Chad Layton. Happy birthday. Yeah, I did see that there's like, there's so much to respond to, but I'm honestly, I'm not going to respond to any of it because I think the people that are talking should continue to talk, and I'll just continue to grift because that's what I do best. And I think that the people out there talking should continue to talk. I think they are doing they're doing me a favor, and I hope they keep talking. Steel Leg says, thank you for all your support and kindness. Be blessed. Thank you, Steel Leg of History. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see you. The grift will continue until morale improves. Og Dog finally here on his main account. Sup, guy? I'm on my main account. Thanks. Are we supposed to care? Supposed to congratulate you? Marmillan's not here. He's already missed the pre-stream and the chat stream grift tax. So you have no support, Og Dog. I don't know what to tell you. You got nothing. You got no support. Nobody cares. Nobody likes you. No one was looking forward to you being here. And now your only supporter not here. And on top of that, you don't know how to spell your. You have spell check on your phone. Like, you have spell check on your phone and you still can't spell it properly. And when I am correcting your spelling, you got problems, okay? You got problems. Anyway, now let's get into some of the stuff, some of the news. The Exalted Patriarch says, member milestone tax, roll tide. Roll tide, my friend. So right here, sister of Lindsey Graham chose to serve remainder of his Senate term.
Governor McMaster coming to the podium. Let's listen in.
Okay, I think y'all will go over here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. This is an important day in South Carolina history. There'll be other celebrations and events of all kinds.
He's definitely from South Carolina.
I and the family thank all of you for coming here today. We meet in sadness over the loss of one of South Carolina's greatest sons. Here we also gather together to celebrate what this self-described poor boy from a small town, rural town in South Carolina accomplished through.
Sounds a lot like Frank Underwood. Just saying. Sounds a lot like Frank Underwood.
Grit, determination, and character for his state, for his country, and for his world. Lindsey Graham recognized the greatness of America and her obligations to a dangerous world. Lindsey Graham recognized the seriousness of his work, but also the value of humor and a lighthearted spirit. Lindsey Graham understood the hopes, dreams, and needs.
Oh boy, the Zoom didn't help this short guy, man. This short guy is fighting for his life to see over the shoulder of this dude. That is fucking hilarious. Look at him. He is fighting for his life. He's like, I just got to get on my tiptoes just a little bit, and I can see over.
Of his state and delivered for his state every time. Presidents, paupers, famous or forgotten, he treated us all the same.
He's doing his Wilson impersonation from Home Improvement.
We have seen him attack evil and injustice and embrace friendship and the common good with equal fervor and strength. Yes, we are going to miss Lindsey, but we will always remember his quickness, his laugh, and what he has done for us and the world.
One thing I'll say, I did see a tweet earlier, and obviously, like I said, I am not a fan, or I was not a fan of Lindsey Graham. I've always been clear about that, and when he passed, I confirmed that once again. Not going to pretend that I like the dude at all. But I did see a tweet earlier. This one right here, okay? This guy says, I often criticize Lindsey Graham, but this weekend I learned his full story. Orphaned young, he adopted and raised his little sister instead of letting her go into the system. Grew up dirt poor, racking balls in his parents' pool hall. In search of opportunity, he joined the Air Force, served 33 years, then spent decades in Congress, bashed Trump hard in 2016, then respected the will of the voters and became a loyal ally, humble, devoted to his constituents. Driven by patriotism, even when misguided, never in it for the money, could have cashed in at any time like most of his fellow colleagues. That Disney trip everyone mocked, just being a good uncle taking his beloved nieces. He smiled through and ignored the hate to protect his family. R.I.P. to an American, to a self-made American original. Now, I have heard that Lindsey Graham apparently, and I don't know if it's true, I don't know if there's spin going on or not, but I have heard that he had one of the lowest net worths of anybody in Congress. That is crazy if that's the case. You know, because we've heard the stories of how much some of these people are making, and there's no real answer for it right here. So Lindsey Graham had one of the lowest wealth in Congress despite a lifetime in politics per the New York Post. So just want to note that, you know, perspective and context is important.
As he described himself, this poor boy from a little town in South Carolina. Today, under the law, it's my duty and honor to name someone to serve in the place of this irresistible man, this irreplaceable man, this extraordinary man for the remainder of his term. Lindsey took care of his little sister in years long departed. It's my honor to ask his little sister, Darlene Graham, to finish his work for him now. And by the way, Darlene, I don't know if I told you, but after we spoke on the phone in the wee hours of Sunday morning, and you agreed to serve through tears, earlier, I had wondered what you would say, and I was humbled by your quickness to see the duty that you had to serve. And I called the president afterwards, and he thought it was a great idea. And I'm sure that everyone here does as well. Darlene, little sister, come forward, please.
Thank you, Governor, and just bear with me as I try to get through this. But first, I just want to say one thing I've never heard Lindsey described as
Scully in the house for a proper 199. Hail, Chad. Happy Monday. This will be my last super chat until after Vegas. Hope all understands. Plan on having a good time in Vegas. Absolutely. No problem at all. Thank you so much for all of your support, Scully. The bad news is, Scully, you're good. The bad news for everybody else is now they've got to step up. Okay? They've got to step up now. So you're good, though. You have no worries. Everybody else has got to step up now. That's just the rules. I don't make the rules. I'm just following the rules. So now, because you are going to be taking a break because you're saving up for Vegas, now everybody else got to step up. DSP taught me that's how it works. Okay. No, thank you, Scully. I appreciate it. Hail to you. We will celebrate that proper 199 here in a bit.
is irresistible. So, okay, we'll just start with that. But first, I want
Scully
to thank
tax,
everyone
Andy,
who
his
has
games.
called and reached out over the past couple of days. I can't tell you how much it's meant to me and our family. I know Lindsey was loved and respected by many, and I greatly appreciate the memories and even the funny stories that have been shared. These shared experiences, along with our faith,
Trump is
have
live.
gotten us through these past.
Where the hell's Trump live at? Give me a minute. We can go back to this. Is that just a troll or not? Let's see here. I think you trolled me. I think you trolled me. I don't see him live anywhere.
Very difficult days.
Signing executive orders.
Next, I want to thank the governor for selecting me to serve the remainder of Lindsay's term. It is such an honor. Lindsay has always been there for me, and now I will be there for him. My brother was the most amazing person, outstanding leader, and just a genuinely good man. He was kind and considerate and loved by his family dearly. As I think everyone would agree, Lindsay worked harder than anyone.
Mar Millen with a Timu 199. Enjoy. Been busy all day, so missing shit left and right. Hail the 199 and the chat. Thank you, Mar Millen, for the Timu 199. Appreciate you, brother. Og Dog, your number one supporter is here, so now you can, I guess, you're worthy of being here now. Jeremy might I suggest you get the White House app for your phone. It lets you know when he's live. Really? And Don's third leg says for Scully. Now that's going to be a whole new meme now. Here we go.
He worked nonstop to make our state, country, and world better. He loved his family and loved serving this state and our country. He dedicated his life to our country. It is such a privilege to get to finish some of his important work, and I promise to work hard over the next several months to support the president and carry forward the efforts of my brother on behalf of the citizens of South Carolina and the United States. I know Lindsay thought the world of his staff and colleagues, and with their support, I feel confident. I think this is what Lindsay would have wanted, and I plan to honor him in this way. Now to Lindsay, I miss you more than I can even put into words, but I'm going to do this. I got it. Thank you.
I saw someone says, does she even have any credentials or anything like that? Yes, she has all the credentials she needs because Donald J. Trump recommended her, and that's good enough for me. That's what I voted for. I voted for Donald Trump, and if Donald Trump recommends her, then there we go. Now, we all know Trump doesn't make 100% good decisions on personnel, but he does have a pretty good track record. So there you have it right there. So you guys are saying it's on the White House page. Let's see here. Is this it right here?
After they got in office, which was crazy. And we're putting it back, but we're actually giving more than we did the first time back to the people of Utah. Please, go ahead.
Couldn't say it better than Representative.
May I point
Yes,
something out?
please.
I think people don't understand. Utah is over 2/3 owned by the federal government. These counties where these monuments are at are over 90% federal land. When people make decisions about this 2,000 miles away, you can see how that steps on the local people who
Talking about land rights in Utah, not very interesting. Typically, no, but when Trump is involved, you never know what he's going to say. Because Trump can turn an executive order signing about Utah into Iran. We're going to blow them to smithereens right now. You never know with Trump. That's just what he does.
1,000 miles away. So if this is about good management, it really should be done in Utah by people who have demonstrated over decades and decades and decades and generations that they're good managers of this land.
The weave.
President Wilson. Anybody? No? You're leaving? I can't believe it.
Very, very excited.
I can't believe it. You're excited? Where are you going from here?
Well, can I say this first of all? We sat down with the previous administration and said, then we'll just work this out. So we don't have to keep going back and forth. Just work with us.
Right.
And we promised if we didn't, that once we have the power, we're going to make sure that the people's voices are heard. So thank you for helping us keep our promise.
Wow.
And unfortunately, the last administration did not understand that this would happen one day. So thank you so much.
Great honor. Let's sign. This is very nice. I'm very happy about this. And better than the first time. Okay, here's number one.
He loves Trump loves to be the center of attention and to have his name be the center of attention.
Here you go, Bill.
Thank you.
Almost 3 million acres. Going to be well taken care of now.
Mathea says, you're going to address the Cali 12-state lawsuit against Paramount merger just announced a few hours ago. I only saw that right before I went live, so I don't know a whole lot about it yet. So I am aware of it, but I haven't really looked into it too much. So as I get more information on that, absolutely.
Right. Thank you. So we've done something that was, I think, very desperately needed. It was very unfair to the people of Utah. And now fairness has been brought back. It's going to be better taken care of, and they'll be able to use it a little bit. So there's something very nice about that. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you.
I'm hoping he'll take questions, is what I'm hoping.
Do you have any questions about this, first of all, most importantly? Anybody want to talk about this?
Nobody wants to talk about it. They want to talk about Iran.
Too, but I'll start with this. Just you said that 70% of the land was federal. Was there any other way to turn this around? How is it that I guess my question is how did it get there if it's a state?
Go ahead. You want to discuss that, please?
The land ownership is what it is, but under the Antiquities Act, 120 years ago, Congress made the decision to give presidents the power to designate by executive proclamation certain land as monument. It was supposed to be the smallest area compatible with the objects to be protected in connection with that. Now, initially, as the Deputy Secretary of the Interior explained a minute ago, that meant
Okay, let me read a few super chats while he's talking. Grilled Retard says, great, another woman. Darth Manic says, I'll bet you 500 Trump announces official war with Iran on Thursday. No, we actually know what he's going to be announcing. At least I think we know, and we're going to talk about it here in just a bit. Jason Platten says, I'm dropping $40K on fixing my house. No supers for a long time. Snake Pit knows the rules. You all need to step up. Keep up the good work, Jeremy. Good luck on the updates to your house. And like I said, I don't know who made up this rule that everybody else has to step up, but we just have to follow, okay? We just have to follow. Thank you, Jason. Hail to you. Dr. Trips says, listen here, streamer. How dare you call us freeloaders? I will have you know I only super chat what I think the stream is worth. 0 most times.
We will end up just controlling the whole thing. And what they're doing is being very foolish, very stupid, and they've treated people horribly. They killed 52,000 protesters so far.
Call them stupid.
It might be more than that, but 52,000 protesters have been killed, and it's really a terrible situation. We'll have it under control very quickly.
You mentioned that you're going to, just one quick follow-up. You mentioned,
wait.
You're going to, just hold on 1 second.
Wait, Jeff.
I'm sorry, I was going to ask the follow-up.
Be nice, Jeff. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Teach him to be nice.
Thank you, Mr. President. On your presidency, so a lot of us here actually witnessed a miracle 2 years ago today as we were on the ground covering your rally in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Right.
You said a lot of times that you believe that God has saved you alive. Has there been a moment throughout your presidency so far where you thought this is why God kept you here?
Well, we're doing a lot. You know, we have a country that I use the expression, make America great again. And we've done far more than anyone thought possible, including maybe even me. We've done things that are unreal. $19.2 trillion. The money being invested in our country is more than any country has ever had by many times. We have trillions of dollars coming in because of the tariffs and the proper use of tariffs.
Yeah, I don't feel like this is live because it doesn't say live. So is this like a replay?
When you look at the military, we have the strongest military in the world. We rebuilt it largely during my first term, and we have recruitment now. We're setting records in recruitment. We had, if you go back to the campaign when I used to talk about it, the last administration, they couldn't recruit soldiers. We needed soldiers in every single branch of our military, and that included police and firemen. Nobody wanted to do anything having to do with the uniform in this country because they weren't proud of the country. And now the people are very, very proud to be an American. Our country is doing phenomenally well. We're respected all over the world. If I go, no matter where I go, we just got back from NATO, and I think you saw the response. It was like a very beautiful thing, actually. It was a total response, totally positive response. No matter where we go, we're respected again, maybe respected more than ever before. So I appreciate the question, but that's pretty much it.
Mr. President, thank you. Cameron Arkin with Town Hall. I was curious about our reports about Iranian drones in Cuba. There are concerns about that. Where does the relationship with the U.S. stand there? Is military intervention still on the table there?
Well, if they do have that, and they might very well have that, we'll take care of it. Marco's just in the other room. And if they do have that, we'll take care of it in short order. We're not going to have a problem. We're not going to allow that to happen. So it could be that they're storing some. We're looking into it now. It could be so, and it maybe isn't. But we'll figure it out fast.
And what are you expected to speak about on Thursday evening?
I'm going to speak on Thursday. We were thinking one of the nights, but this has been such a busy news day today with all that's happening. A lot of very positive things have happened, including the Indy. We're going to have an Indy race, as you know, in 41 days. And that's going to be incredible. Around the Capitol, around down Pennsylvania Avenue, it's going to be something. They have 250,000 tickets ordered. It'll be like UFC, which set every record in the book for that business, which is the business of fighting. So we have the Indy cars coming, and it's going to be great. And while we're talking, I have to pay on behalf of Mike and myself, and I think everybody's standing behind me very strongly. I want to pay my respects to Lindsey, who was our friend. He was a friend of all of us. He was a great guy. He was a great politician, actually. And it's hard to believe he's gone. He spoke to me just before he passed away, just to say hello. He got back. He felt fine. He was a little tired. And then this whole thing happened. And it's, it's tough. So the flags are at half-mast.
I will say Trump is very good at hiding his emotions, and he always has been. He's been visibly upset about this Lindsey Graham thing. And I didn't know how close they were, but it's clear that Trump actually cared about Lindsey Graham because he's been pretty emotional over this thing.
Until Saturday evening, which is an extended period of time, generally speaking, but I think he deserves it. And he's a fantastic person. He was a fantastic man. He was actually a great politician. He got along with almost everybody. And when he didn't get along, they knew it. He was tough, but he was a good man. He was very much in favor of the Save America Act. He called me about that. We were talking about that and some other things, but he just felt tired, but he felt fine. And then this horrible thing happened just a short time afterwards. So it was terrible. I just want to pay our respects.
Mr. President, you mentioned that Iran has agreed to a deal and then walked away from it. Have you reached the conclusion that a negotiated settlement won't be able to happen?
No, I never reached that conclusion, but we're hitting them very heavy tonight, as you know. We're hitting them. We have tremendous amounts of ammunition. We have numbers that we haven't had in years, and we're hitting them very hard, and it'll continue, and we'll see what happens. But we're knocking out all of their offensive capability, and we're controlling the straits. We're putting the blockade back. And it's a blockade not for anybody but Iran. In other words, anybody doing business with Iran can't go through. Everyone else will be able to go through. So it's a blockade. It's a very strong blockade. The blockade was probably more effective even than hitting them. But I think the combination is the thing that really does.
But you think a deal is still possible? You think they'll return to the
Yeah, I think a deal is possible. Sure, I do.
But Mr. President, you noted the United States is bombing Iran again. I mean, you've been bombing Iran for months now. Is this just the new normal for the American people?
No, well, we're in Vietnam for 19 years. We're here for 4 months. So I think we've done a lot. We've knocked out their Navy in a period of 1 month. We knocked out their Air Force. Their Air Force is non-existent. We knocked out most of their missiles, most of their drones. We knocked out their drone manufacturing capability, about 92%. Their missile capability for manufacturing, we knocked out 89%. And they have a little capability, but they don't have any capability for us. This is almost a military skirmish. Now, with all of that being said,
agreed.
We have to get people that want to make something. We had a deal with them 2 days ago, and then they said, oh, we can't make that deal. We have to negotiate it further. And this is what they've done for 47 years. The difference is nobody negotiated like I do. And this should have been done by Bush and Obama.
Idaho Johnson on Rumble says, once he starts answering questions, all the people standing by him should be dismissed. There's literally no reason for them to keep standing there. I don't totally disagree with your point, but I also, it screams power and authority. So for Trump to just make all of these important people have to stand behind him until he gets done talking, it's the ultimate alpha move. So from that perspective, yeah, let them stand, let them be uncomfortable, let the boss talk, and when he's done talking, they can fucking leave.
And Biden and people before them, frankly, it's 47 years they've been ripping off everybody and really hurting and killing thousands of people. So they killed 52,000 protesters, but they killed many, many people with Soleimani, who I killed in the first term. Soleimani killed many people, many people, and not only killed, when you see a young former soldier walking around with no legs, no arms, a face that's been horribly...
He said this before. When you see a soldier walking around with no legs, God, I love Trump.
Many people, and not only killed, when you see a young former soldier walking around with no legs, no arms, a face that's been horribly hurt, that was done by Iran. That was done by Soleimani. He was a person that was very evil. He was an evil.
I am not laughing at I am not laughing at soldiers. I'm laughing at Trump. He's done this shit before, dude. One more time.
Horribly hurt. That was done by Iran. He said, you see a young former soldier walking around with no legs, no arms, a face that's been horribly hurt. That was done by Iran. That was done by Soleimani. He was a person that was very evil. He was an evil genius. He was looking to take out a lot of our military installations in Iraq and Iran. And I got him before he got us. So we have to do what we're doing. And the strait is open. It will be open. We've cut down their capability very substantially, but they're going to fight for a while. Our military has done a fantastic job. And the bottom line, though, and I say it to everybody, and I say it as much as they want to listen, Iran will not have a nuclear weapon. If we didn't bomb them with the B-2 bombers, that plane right there.
I know prosthetics and all of that, but it's just funny because it's Trump, and Trump says some wild stuff sometimes. And he has made that point many times, and he never brings the context into it. So the leader of the free world saying something like that is just so damn funny.
We didn't bomb them, and they would have had a nuclear weapon long ago. Within 1 month from the day we bombed them, they would have had, if we didn't do it, they would have had a nuclear weapon. If they had a nuclear weapon, Israel would no longer be with us. The Middle East probably would no longer be with us, because you saw they sent missiles to 5 different countries that never even knew they were involved, because they're stone cold crazy. They are crazy, and we're not going to put it up. Yeah, I want to be reimbursed because we're protecting a very rich portion of the world. We're spending money. And so what we've done is we are going to be reimbursed for protection. We're protecting by the countries that we're helping. For instance, you look at the 5 countries. You have Saudi Arabia, you have UAE, you have Qatar, or Qatar, as I always say, you have Qatar. Helping, for instance, you look at the 5 countries. You have Saudi Arabia, you have UAE, you have Qatar, or Qatar, as I always say, you have Qatar, Bahrain, and by the way, you have others. You have Kuwait, and you have others, and they will do very well. But we think it's appropriate that we don't need them. We have more oil than any other country in the world. When you add Venezuela, which has been amazing, which has tremendous amounts of oil that we control. When you add Venezuela and everything else, we have more than 50% of the world's supply. We don't need it, but we need it from the standpoint of protecting allies, et cetera, including Israel, including Saudi Arabia, including Qatar, including UAE. We're protecting all of them, and we've done a very effective job. So 4 months ago, these people had military that was very strong, by far the strongest probably in the Middle East. They were called the bully of the Middle East. Now they don't have a Navy. They have 159 ships underwater. They had a total of 159 ships. Now every one of them is underwater. They had 230 airplanes, attack planes. They're all gone. They're gone. They had tremendous radar. It's all gone. They had tremendous anti-aircraft. It's all gone. Sadly, their leadership is all gone. They had their first-tier leaders are all dead. Their second-tier leaders are all dead. Their third-tier leaders, who we're dealing with, more or less, some of them are already gone. And then you read fake news like your network, CNN, which is fake news. You read them, you have them say, well, actually, aren't they doing quite well? Let me just tell you, they have now inflation of over 300%. 4 months ago, they had inflation of 5%. Now they're at over 300, could be 350%. They made a deal, they broke it, probably 10 times. And they killed a lot of people. They killed our people. But the protesters, what they've done to the protesters, 52,000. Have you ever seen any of the burial lots where they're burying the protesters? They killed 52,000.
Bro, he's just monologuing, and all of these people are standing behind him. Some of them have to piss. Some of them need to check their phone. Some of them have obligations. And Trump is just like, I'm the boss. I'm going to sit here and do my job, and you're going to stand there until I decide you can leave. It's so alpha.
1,000 protesters, and on my watch, they can't do any of that. So we have them in a position that they don't have any military. There's not a thing they can do about it. All they have is fake news, because they have the fake news, would rather see us lose the war than win the war, which is really treasonous, in a certain way. So we're doing another very major attack tonight. They want to make a deal. They came back. We made a deal 2 days ago, and they want to make a deal. They've been negotiating for 47 years, but nobody's ever hit them militarily. We're hitting them very hard. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
There we go. So President Trump, the boss.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
We're talking about it.
Thank you,
We'll
guys.
decide very soon on that.
Thank you guys. Keep going.
Thank you, guys.
Peter, keep going. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
There you have it right there. All right. Good stuff from President Trump. Mar Millen on Rumble says Scully is just going for milk and smokes. This is not the step dono, but the dono that stepped up. It takes a village. You know what? Oh, Mailman. I'm sorry, not Mar Millen. Mailman said that on Rumble. I thought it said Mar Millen. You could see how I got that. Now I've got to give you a shout out. All right. I thought it said Mar Millen. Mailman said that, though. My bad. Now, you bring up an interesting point. Did Scully just break up with the snake pit? Did she basically like, hey, here's a proper 199. I'll be back. And then we're going to be waiting for months. Maybe that was her way of being like, yeah, see you later. I found a better streamer. Okay. I found a better streamer. Just not, no. Listen, it wouldn't be a bad play. It would be a bad play. You know, Scully's like, no, all caps. I know, I'm just messing with you, Scully. I'm just messing with you. It's all good. But it wouldn't be a bad play. So there we go. All right. Thank you for the Rumble rant. Yeah, I was on the White House YouTube. For the record. JDT says the Strait of America, as I always say. Let's hope so. Incoherent Name says a lot of Graham hate was driven by gossip and hearsay from podcasters in the good graces of MAGA. Considering most of them stabbed Trump in the back over Iran, I hope people will reevaluate their stance on Graham. Not a bad take. Honestly, man, like, oh no. There's a lot to consider about how the current state of the internet discussions are going in many directions. So regardless of, my opinion, like, I was not a Graham fan at all, but obviously when somebody passes away, you kind of look at certain things, and my whole thing on it is how upset President Trump is. That's really the way I that's what's kind of making me look at it in a different perspective, because Trump never shows emotions, and he genuinely is upset about this. You can tell. Slain Hope says, I'm getting better at sensing when you go live. See there? That's good. That's good. John Jones says, I always appreciate Lindsey Graham standing up for Brett Kavanaugh. Said what he needed to be said, or said what needed to be said, even if it was to get votes for his next election. He-Mam says, pick for Tuesday night's main event. That's rough. Yeesh. Craptar Sammer says, do you have a stockpile of antidepressants for after Trump is no longer president? Politics is going to be boring AF. Dude is one of a kind. He is. He's made politics interesting, man. I'm not sure how interested I'll be in politics in a post-Trump world. I mean, I've always had a level of interest in politics. I've followed politics all the way back through, George W. Bush and then Barack Obama, and now obviously with Trump. But it's never been as interesting as when Donald Trump has been involved, Uber Viking says, can you answer me this? If we all, if we have all this oil, why aren't we paying 10 cents a gallon? That is a question I can't answer. I don't understand it. I feel like we're being ripped off big time by oil companies, and we have been for a long time. But I'm not an expert on that, so I couldn't give you an honest answer. So, let's see. Manny says, R.I.P. Lindsey Graham's ladybugs. Zelta Patriarch, I got that one. And Jeanette says, 13 months of lurking. Lamau at Tree Bear's goat meme of you. That shit is gold. I don't think I saw that one. Real Grey Ghost says, Jeremy is a Trump political influencing streamer, but primarily a fig. Oh, yeah. So the guy that was asking about that. So it's simply just, I think calling a streamer, just referring to him as streamer, I think it's the ultimate sign of disrespect. And I know that a lot of these mainstream people, if the way that some like Og Dog was talking to me, where he's like, get to the topics streamer, a lot of those mainstream streamers would be completely offended by that, because they think they should be heard and they have a lot more to say. And there's more to me than just being a talking head. So like, I just thought that was an amazing insult. I'm like, that is awesome. So we kind of just stuck with it. But right now I have a new name. And I'm going to be taking a victory lap over all of this. And I'm going to be pretty annoying about all of it. And of course, I won't know for sure until Thursday. But I saw a review for The Odyssey that is literally what I predicted this movie would be. Literally. This is exactly what I predicted this movie would be. And I'm not, the first part of it has some minor spoilers, so I'm not going to get into the first part of it. The second part is, it's funny how much backlash there was about Elliot Page's casting when the character barely appears. Page only has 3 scenes in the whole film. On that note, Lupita Nyong'o was cast, now I don't understand this, was cast as a disfigured version of Helen of Troy. You'll understand why once you see the movie. I don't know what that means. Overall, it's one of the very best experiences I've ever had in a movie theater. Very terrifying sometimes. Certainly the most scary film from Nolan. The story really resonated with me. I do love a comeback tale, and Homer's Odyssey is still the best one ever made. And while Nolan's screenplay is certainly not the most accurate to the source material, it captures the soul of Homer's tale outstandingly, translating into most into images, the most magnificent comeback story ever told. And that's not the only one, by the way, but we've seen many like this that are similar to that. And this is exactly what I said was going to happen. And even somebody that I know, he goes to war with the shills. Eric Weber. This dude hates the fucking shills. Holy shit, he goes off on them. He saw it today. And he says it's colossal sized filmmaking with all of the Nolan hallmarks and story cadence. As odd as it might sound, it's very Oppenheimer-y feeling. Non-linear structured, goes full throttle, stalls out, full throttle again, feels epically long, big recommendation for cinematic value. And this is the narrative of everybody that's seeing the movie. Pretty much everybody that's actually seen it says it's exactly what I fucking said it would be. And I am officially now known as Jor-El Cobra because I tried to warn you, all you motherfuckers, every single one of you, I said, you're going after Christopher Nolan and you're going to regret this shit. I tried to warn you. You all laughed at me. You all said I was just a Nolan fanboy. I said this movie is going to be a massive fucking success. Normies are going to eat it up. And we all called it woke DEI slop. So the next time woke DEI slop is mentioned, nobody's going to fucking take you seriously because the movie of the fucking year, everybody labeled it as woke DEI slop. And I said it. You're barking up the wrong fucking tree. And everybody looked at me and said, you're wrong. You're insane. You're stupid. And I'm like, okay, prepare to be looking very stupid in a few days. And the fucking goalposts are going to move. And all of these right-wing fucking retards that don't know anything about pop culture have lied about everything. I showed this from Rob Liefeld, The Odyssey, eerie, very eerie, sinister, insane spectacle. Boy, this one is dark. I loved it. Nolan in full mastercraft flex. Damon is fantastic. Holland too. Wow. I was told it was feminist garbage. DEI feminist garbage with gay people and blacks running all around the movie. And I'm like, that's not what this movie's going to be. Criticize the casting because it should be criticized. But have a little perspective when you're talking about it. Or you can just be in your bubble or in your echo chamber and just bitch about things because it worked with Snow White and it worked with Captain Marvel and it worked with Kathleen Kennedy and it worked with Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams in the Disney live action remakes. You were all put in a fucking bot lobby in Fortnite and they made you think that you were good. And then they put you in a fucking lobby with legit people and now you're about to get fucking wrecked. That's what just happened. Fucking bubble and echo chamber. And all of these motherfuckers, I was the only one in this whole sphere who said, this movie's going to be great. And this movie's going to be successful. I took all the bullets, and it looks like I'm being proven right. I haven't seen it yet, though, but my personal opinion is irrelevant. My personal opinion means absolutely nothing. I'm talking about the wider opinion. I could still dislike the movie for all I know. I didn't like Tenet. But, I mean, right here, just insane what's happening here. In all the years following the box office performance, I've never seen what Christopher Nolan's epic The Odyssey is achieving in IMAX screenings, let alone the giant BFI IMAX. Absolutely all screenings are sold out for the next 2 weeks before a single soul has seen the actual film and this kind of trust and star power with no other filmmaker has. What did I fucking say? BFI did its best to accommodate the demand, opening 2 extra screenings per day beyond the traditional 4 in unpopular midnight and 8 a.m. slots. Even those are sold out. I can't stress this enough. Tickets to BFI IMAX are not refundable, and the Odyssey ones are now being sold for $34 to $40. Even so, moviegoers are flocking into those like there's no tomorrow. I would like to see the statistics outside of IMAX. Also doing extremely well as the IMAX screenings sold out. People are naturally going after other formats available, even if those weren't their desired way to see it. The Odyssey is set for a bigger opening than Oppenheimer in many markets at the global box office. All these motherfuckers whined and cried and said it's going to flop. Christopher Nolan's done. His career is over. And I kept saying, you're barking up the wrong tree. We'll see what happens in a few days when I see it, but the reactions are already there. Every single person that's seeing this movie going fucking crazy. Now, I was told the influencers, they blocked it for influencers. Well, influencers are seeing it now too, and they're loving it. So you're going to shift the goalpost again? Credibility matters. Credibility matters. There's a reason that when I walk down the street, if I see 4 businessmen walking towards me, I'm not just going to run to the other side of the street. Could one of them be a killer? Yeah. Statistically speaking, though, probably not. But if I'm walking down the street and I see 4 bros walking down the street with their pants sagging and, gold chains, I'm probably going to walk to the other side of the street because resume matters. Resume absolutely matters. So, could be the nicest people in the world, but statistically speaking, I'm going to the other side of the street. And I don't like when people are disingenuous because the whole fucking point behind what we do is to be honest about what's going on. The mainstream media lost credibility because they lied to the audience. They misrepresent shit for their own fucking narrative. I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you the truth. If you want somebody to lie to you, go fucking find another YouTuber. I'm here to be honest. I'm here to tell you what's going on. You can make up your own mind. You don't have to go spend your money on anything you don't want. But telling the truth is more important than just telling people what they fucking want to hear. And I have never seen anything like the misinformation bullshit of people going, this is going to be a woke disaster like Snow White. I'm like, what are we doing? Are we really lying to the people? The fuck is going on, man? It's fucking insane. Tell the truth, regardless if people don't want to hear it or not. So, Jor-El Cobra trying to warn everybody. Everybody gets mad. Try to tell the Kryptonian Council, guys, you're walking into a fucking buzzsaw. No, this is going to be a flop. This is going to be a disaster. This is going to ruin Nolan's career. Like, do you understand what the fuck's about to happen? No credibility after this. The next Disney movie that has dislikes, who the fuck's going to listen to that after the fucking Odyssey does $1 billion and everybody loves it? Who fucking cares? Context is important. So there you have it. But Jor-El Cobra, that's it. I'll leave it at that because this isn't about that because we got a lot more to talk about. But I did want to bring that up. Mr. Blue Sky says, just wanted to say I have always felt it's important to stay informed, but I can't stand watching the news. Thank you for making it fun, brother. The Snake Pit 199 IDOTs and the Fellowship are elite. Hail. Let's fucking go. Marmillan says, said it from the start, the movie deserves to fail. So did I. I even said in my first video, I was like, do I think the Odyssey should fail? Absolutely. But it's not. And that's the difference is I said it should. I also said it won't. Because race swapping Helen of Troy is a terrible decision. And it should, but it won't. Two things can be true. And if you go back to my first video about the Odyssey, I point blank said that. I'm like, should it? Yeah. Will it? No. These are two different things. Some people don't have the ability to separate their personal opinion from the wider perspective of what's going on, which is why Hollywood has gotten in so much trouble over the years in the mainstream media, because the mainstream media doesn't understand that there is perspective outside of their little bubble. And people don't like to be told that their bubble, that something in their bubble is not the truth. They get really, really defensive over that. I've never had a problem with that. My favorite basketball player of all time is Kobe Bryant. LeBron James is a better basketball player than Kobe Bryant. Internet doesn't like hearing that. But LeBron James is number 2 all time to Michael Jordan. He just is. Would I take LeBron on my team over Kobe? Absolutely not. I hate LeBron James. I hate LeBron James as a person and as a basketball player. But the truth is the truth. Kobe's my all-time favorite. Kobe's barely in my top 10 all time. Is LeBron near Jordan? No. On no planet is LeBron near Jordan. But I got him number 2. Marmulin says, said it from the start, the movie deserves to fail, but like many things that deserve this, won't GTA 6 Odyssey. People are retarded to think it's a big flop. Same goes for Sony's move. Yeah, and that's the thing is like when you have all of these big, right-wing MAGA accounts that are like, it's going to flop, guys. When it doesn't flop, who cares what the next flop prediction is at that point? I hate when all these right-wing retards that don't know anything about pop culture start talking about pop culture because none of them actually know what they're talking about. They only jump on trends, and it basically muddies the waters of what's actually being discussed, and it makes everybody look retarded. And that's where we are. Nobody cares how much money it makes. Then why did he keep saying it's going to flop if nobody cares? See, you can't make that argument. That's a retarded argument to say nobody cares how much money it makes when the predominant discussion is this movie will flop. That means that they care how much money it makes. And when it makes a ton of money, then all of a sudden the goalpost shifts and it's like, well, we didn't really care. It's like, what are you talking about? Fentanyl Floyd says a good portion of the oil we pump is of a different type of crude that won't be processed by our refineries, so we have to sell it. Maybe that's better perspective right there for you. Zero says that there's only 30 true 70 millimeter IMAX theaters in U.S. Only 41 theaters in U.S. are capable of showing 15 to 70 millimeter. 100%. I agree. I mean, I can't even see it in 70 millimeter because there's not one in Orlando. Helen of Detroit says when a meme becomes a reality. I don't know what that means about her being disfigured. I'm really confused about that. Let's see. Nandor199 says, I don't plan on seeing the Odyssey. I could care less if it does good or bad. What I do know is I'm sick of hearing about it. Hail the 199, good Jer. Hail to you, brother. Crazy Clown Town says, wait, you sent your son to conquer Earth. If you are D-Day Jor-El, does that include Guns Jor-El? Hell no. That's why I used, even though I have problems with Man of Steel, yeah, I'll take Russell Crowe's Jor-El. So, and it's not D-Day, it's, here, I even changed it on here. It's Jor-El Cobra. That's the new name, Jor-El Cobra. But yeah, it certainly isn't James Gunn's, because if James Gunn's Jor-El, that's a abomination right there. I reject that. I reject everything James Gunn's done in the DC universe. Mr. Blue Sky says, I still hope it flops. Probably won't. He shouldn't have cast Lupita and Ilion. At least it may actually be good, I suppose. I mean, I'm very confident the movie's going to be good. Twisted Clown says, Fig. Your Barmy says, chat, we're misinformed bros now. Misinformation bros now. I'm just a subscriber, says Prime Magus Jor-El Cobra. Maito says 32 months. Jeremy believes the woke influencers now, in all seriousness, Odyssey will probably be mid or okay and make around 850. 800 million was always my prediction, but I'm probably lowballing it. So the man bro dude says, why does everyone forget about Pistol Pete? He's such a sleeper that no one recognizes. Well, as I've said many times, when I talk about any type of all-time list on a sports list, I only mention players that I've seen, because when I'm talking about players that I never watched, I'm talking about players that other people have built the narrative for. So like everybody brings up Wilt Chamberlain. Well, I didn't see Wilt Chamberlain. I didn't watch him play. So the narrative of Wilt Chamberlain is what everyone else witnessed. I still question if Wilt Chamberlain actually scored 100 points in a game, because all we've ever seen is the one picture of him holding the 100 up with the paper. So I've always said, like, did he really score 100 points in a game? And he probably did, but And I'm not saying like there are experts like Johnny 64 Zeltroid. That dude has done so much research from players in the past with videotape and watching games and all of that. He's actually done the work that 99% of other people haven't. So he's far more educated to talk about players from the past than somebody like me. Like I just judge the players that I watched in my time and the players of this time. That's always been my rule anyway. I'm not saying it's the way to do it, it's just the way I do it. Goku McDuck says, RIP Sam Neill. Thank you, Dr. Grant, for my childhood. Yes. One of the, it's just iconic, man. Sam Neill is an icon. He's an icon, and everybody remembers him from Jurassic Park. And he had so many just random roles in random movies, but such a likable guy. And what was he, 77, 78, something like that? So definitely RIP to him. Kingdom Hearts says, I'm going to see it Thursday, AMC IMAX. Hell yes. So I'm seeing it in IMAX, but it's not a real IMAX. It's a Limax, I think, which sucks. But what am I going to do? You know, we don't have a real IMAX here. The closest one is Fort Lauderdale, I think. So, but anyway, time will tell if it's actually good or not. I'm not cool enough. I'm not cool enough to get any of the invites like every fucking body else is. People with not even near as big a following as me. You know what? Fuck them. I'll pay. Honestly, I'm not sure I would have taken an early invite anyway. I've been invited to other shit, and I don't know. I'd rather just go when I go. So fuck them. I don't want your early invite bullshit. But yeah, I'll be there Thursday. So right here, switching the shift back to MAGA and Trump. We did get this from President Trump right here, which is just fucking cool as shit. Is this the one? Hang on. Right here. President Trump, we're going to hit Iran very hard tonight, and we're going to hit them hard tomorrow. And there's not a damn thing they can do about it. Wow.
Can you or the American military or the Israeli military get to what's left of their third string and their fourth string and their fifth string? Do you know where they are? Can you kill them?
Yeah, I do, but we don't want to talk about that. But
okay.
We certainly are watching. Yep, I know a lot about that subject. I know a lot, but I don't think it's appropriate to talk about it right now. But we will be hitting them, like as an example, we're going to hit them very hard tonight, and we're going to hit them hard tomorrow. And there's not a damn thing they can do about it. They have nothing. They have nothing going other than they have big mouths.
And keep it up, Mr. President.
Very good that I did because I got to know them.
The MOU buckle.
And it's a lot better. You know, people say I was at least reasonable, but I got to know them, and they're stone cold crazy people.
Stone cold crazy. What a freaking comment from Trump. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. By the way, Tree Bear. Okay. I need this. I need this outfit. Please, somebody make this outfit for me. Jor-El Cobra. Let's freaking go. I'm trying to warn them. I'm trying to say, hey guys. And the Kryptonian Council's just saying, nope, get the fuck out of here. You're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. Shut the fuck up. Like, okay, sorry. This right here is dude, sometimes you just can't make shit up. But right here, our good buddy, a man's man, the guy that got hit by the bison, if you remember. It's like we need more stories like this right here because it's really the best thing ever. Where the fuck is it? The guy that got hit by the bison, he basically just laughed about it though. It wasn't even a big deal to him. He's like, yeah, whatever, all good. I can't find it right now. It's just completely disappeared. Sometimes my bookmarks get really messed up on Twitter and I don't know why. Let me see if I can find it. No, he's an awesome dude though, man. He just laughed it off. The whole thing was just funny to him. He's just like, whatever. When I'll find that in a minute, but I also just saw this because we covered this the other day. Alex Jones and Sneeko. I don't know how many of you saw that, but for context, I can give you the context. Alex Jones and Sneeko was wild. Okay. This is the context.
Manifesto, they're Mexican, white now.
So Alex Jones and Sneeko had a debate, and it was wild. Here's a small portion of that.
The manifesto, they're Mexican, white nationalist cat boys. So
Durka, Muhammad Jihad.
Stuff like that is.
What do you want me to tell you? I'm your friend, like the Quran says, and then stab you in the back?
The Quran doesn't say that.
How about I become a Shiite with you, and we take swords and cut our heads, and for 8 hours I just march you like.
That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Or I could be a megachurch Christian with Kenneth Copeland drinking my blood. I could be with Erica Kirk shooting fireworks off my ass and twerking. You want me to do that? Small minority to demonize 2 billion people.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weasel from Connecticut, the mighty Mongol, the amazing, all-powerful, sneaky
Allahu Akbar!
Sneeko.
Allahu Akbar!
You don't even have a brain.
So what makes you think you can deport me?
You gotta have a brain to be
So
able to
what
get
makes you
knocked
think
out.
you can deport me if Sean Strickland can't knock me down, huh? You can't stop me. I'm coming.
I know. Then tell me.
Coming.
I'm coming. Durka, Muhammad.
Allahu Akbar!
The slavery that we take the women as sex slaves.
And inshallah, you become.
This is what the internet was made for. I don't care what anybody says. This is what the internet was made for. And we need more of this.
Abdul Alex Jones.
Assalamu alaikum. Marry your cousin. It's so much fun.
You really have.
Durka, Muhammad Jihad.
Wow.
It comes from your Jewish supreme leaders. It comes from Abraham, who you were the bad son. You are the bad Islami. Bad, Abraham say. You are not the chosen. No good, sneaky. You are cursed, sneaky. You are cursed to wear nightgown and marry cousin. Bye, sneaky. I love you.
Hey,
I'll see you tomorrow.
Stop killing.
His name is a sneaky snake, oh snake. All right, we love you, sneaky.
See you tomorrow. Salam alaikum.
Bye. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes.
Now, apparently Alex Jones wants to debate Sneeko again. This is directly from Alex Jones, okay?
Sneeko, it's Sunday night. Last week, you agreed to come on my show. Then you canceled and said, come on yours. I said, fine. You said you'd come on the next day. Then you said you had to go to a soccer game. Well, here we are like 3-4 days later. That was a huge debate. And, you were overall a good sport. And I want to have another debate. I think you're a likable, actually funny guy. I did mean the things I said about Islam overall. But I got to ask, man, you're not calling my producer back. I'm up here at Sunday night to sit a show. And you're not calling her back. So I'm not saying you're scared, but I have no idea why you wouldn't come on my show. Listen, I'll come on your show again. Doesn't matter to me where the show is. People tuned in. It was massive. People at the grocery store, the gas station, family calling me up. It went mega viral, hundreds of millions of views. So I don't have any idea why you wouldn't come on the show. Though I am going to read you out of the Quran where it says, you convert, you pay the tax, or we cut your head off. We kill you. So I don't know. People are advising you not to come back on with me, but we can even have a third-party mediator if you want. We can do a commercial-free, like 3-hour show. That was just very short notice last time, so I could only do like an hour. Ended up doing 75 minutes with you. So I'm ready to go 5 hours with you. I'm ready to have the Lincoln Douglas debates with you. Now, if you need more time to prepare, I understand. Just let me know. Or let me know if you've wet the bed, which I don't think you've done. I mean, you're a rambunctious, smart, funny guy. And so I do think you're entertaining. And people are demanding more. So don't be sneaky. I made good and I came on your show. You haven't come on mine, but I'll be the bigger man. I'll take the high road. I'll do 2 hours commercial free with you, Sneaky, or Mr. Sneeko. I'm sorry. And I'm telling you, if you want to just Have a clock where I go 3 minutes, you go 3 minutes. You can play your clips, I'll play my clips. And if you need a week or so to get ready, I, of course, don't need to have all the knowledge right here. That's fine. In fact, you can even have your mommy there to hold your hand if you want, or change your little poopy diapers. Okay, I'm being mean. I'm sorry. I'm just teasing you. A little bit of a joke here, okay? Seriously, I want to pay the Jesus tax, okay? I may convert to Islam over this, okay? I mean, the fun Muhammad had, you know. I mean, I've read about it. I'm kind of a rock star, actually. I'm kind of a little bit jealous right now. He's more Hollywood than anybody ever heard of.
I really want to see this. Like, I really do want to see this. I don't think he will. I don't think he will show up, but I really hope he does.
So in the name of supporting the prophet, I think you should come with the jihad in the information war, part of one of the pillars of jihad. And I think you should stand in the testament and defend Islam. And as long as we get equal time, we can do 4 or 5 hours. You can have imams there. You can sit in their lap like Salacious Crumb. That's the assistant job of that's lap. And they can help you if you want. In fact, I'll debate you and 10 other people if you want. Sneeko, I'm ready. AlexJonesLive.com is the coordinates of the fight. I'm ready at Real Alex Jones on X. I'm ready on rumble.com/Alex Jones Show Live. I am ready. And I promise you this time, I will do 10% as much humor. Though I had to have a little bit of fun. People love it. I will be more restrained. I will dial it back. I'll even do the broadcast in an English accent if you'd like. How does that sound? I can speak in English accents as well. Or I can do it in like, as a Muslim, I could actually come on and agree with you. The Kafirs, the infidels. It'll be like Spain, 2 million of their women on our slave ships. The power of Islam is unstoppable. Allah Tell me what you want to do. I'm waiting, Steve.
Dude, he is fired up, man. He is fired up. Is Alex back? I don't know if Alex ever went away. I just think that Alex overcooked his grits when he went after Trump. You know, like, I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on with Alex.
I'm waiting at AlexJonesLive.com.
So there you have it. There's the latest. You know, Alex and Sneeko. We'll see what happens, I guess. BC Man says Spider-Man, Punisher, and MJ in the Odyssey tags. Still can't believe they're in it as a brand new day draws near. That is true. East Coast Toast Boy says, Jeremy, you can appease the people that want you to lie to them. Just tell them pineapple belongs on pizza. I'm sure that's a fair compromise. Never. Daniel says, if they don't helicopter in his coffin to Jurassic Park theme, we should sue. Great Kiwi gone, RIP. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. CG says, Durka Muhammad Jihad makes me laugh every time. Vault 199 Gaming says, Alex repairing his image after stabbing Trump. I mean, I don't really like, I think he probably lost a lot of credibility with that, but I mean, he didn't really lose credibility with me. I just said, look, Alex, I got to mute you, man. I can't handle you making all this shit up about, you know, Trump. And it just felt weird. The, you know, the nonsense about Melania is about to divorce Trump, that they need to remove Trump from office. Like, what are we talking about? You know what I mean? That was completely insane what he was talking about. So it doesn't change the fact that Alex Jones has been doing this for so long. It's kind of what I talked about earlier. Resume matters, and Alex Jones' resume matters. So even if he's doing something that I can't stand, and he did, I respect what he's done, and I still do. And as long as he's moving away from this anti-Trump nonsense, then yeah, I would love to watch that, you know, deal with him and Sneeko if that's the direction he wants to go now. I doubt Sneeko is going to take him up on the offer personally, but that was just, you know, we'll see. His resume includes Sandy Hook. I mean, I didn't say it's perfect, but I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that that offends me. Like, Alex is so deep in the stuff that he's involved in. I'm sure he believed what he was saying. So whatever. What is this right here? Oh, I got that one. Okay, I want to find that story because I did bookmark that story about the guy with the bison. It was funny as hell, but I don't know where the hell it's at. We did have, oh my God. I did see this one right here. Yellowstone season 6 has been announced, everyone. I don't know if you guys were prepared for this, but yes, Yellowstone season 6, it's here. I am excited. I'm very, very excited about this. I thought that Yellowstone was done. It was an underwhelming finale, especially after Kevin Costner exited the show. But this right here, I'm back. You got me. So I am very much looking forward to Yellowstone season 6. This was a big surprise. But here's the story I was talking about. Yellowstone visitor flung into the air by bison, identified as grandfather, who immediately laughed it off. What an absolute Chad response. Like, that's about as awesome as it gets. He just laughed it off. He says, shit happens, right? So here's the story right here over on the New York Post. Grandfather ID'd as Yellowstone visitor flung into the air by bison. Extent of his injuries revealed. I haven't read this yet. So the Yellowstone National Park tourist tossed to the air like a rag doll by a bison has been identified as a grandfather who immediately cracked jokes about his painful, now viral ordeal. Carl Isom Ripa again. Ripa, you gotta work on this, man. That's marketing opportunity gold right there. Suffered multiple broken bones in a frightening encounter with the beast Friday night at a Bridge Bay campground near Yellowstone Lake in the southeast quadrant of the park, where he was traveling with his grandson. But he made light of the attack even as he waited for park ambulances to arrive, according to the professional photographer who captured the now wildly viral moment. He was in a lot of pain with his leg, and otherwise he was conscious the whole time, in good spirits, joking. Photographer Mike McLeod, I don't know, told the New York Times. McDaniel is a retiree in his mid-60s who was visiting the park from Washington, where he was known for serving on several boards, including the Water and Park Commissions. So there you go. So just sounds like a good dude. Neither he nor his grandson did anything to provoke the animal, and were simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. According to the photo Tog, who is based in Bozeman, Montana. Before the bison's viral encounter with McDaniel, the animal likely hopped up on testosterone as mating season begins. He already menaced several group visitors, including a small group of teenage boys who quickly scattered when the bison charged. The Shutterbug told the Times. Okay, so I don't want to make any direct accusations here, okay? But this description right here, read that again and tell me it doesn't sound like a Democrat. Sounds like a Democrat to me. I could be wrong, but if you were to read this right here, my first thing is, that sounds like a Democrat. After scaring off the teens, the bison took a moment to rest in the dirt near the picnic table just off the campground road that was still covered in dinner leftovers. Do we have the actual video? Fucking crazy, man. Like, what a fucking picture, bro. Holy shit. Let me get the video really quick. That's insane, dude. Here we go right here. All right, here we go. We have no audio apparently, but bro, that's crazy. Yeah, they're just walking. He's like, oh, let me take a picture of this. That's cool. This is insane. Get the phone out, take a picture, and he didn't like it. He didn't like it. Oh, shit. Ah, shit. Here we go. Here we go. He's like, no, motherfucker. No, you're not going to take a picture of me. Come here. Bro, that has got to be the most terrifying thing ever. That is going to be so scary. Holy shit. Bro, I would have jumped on a car or something, man. I would have done anything to get away from that. Oh, shit. No. Holy shit. Oh, man. That is wild. Here it goes right here. And dude, that is wild. Now I don't know where. Let me see if I can find it. Somebody put the tweet out the other day. I don't know if I can find it right now. Somebody had the perfect edit, and this is the one we all here it is right here. This is the one we all were thinking of. Here we go.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
I love the internet so much.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
But he's okay. All is okay. And that's the most important thing. So very, very happy that this awesome grandfather is okay and he has no serious injuries. So congratulations to him for that. And now he's got, that's the video right there. Oh, nope. Okay, never mind. A fucking ad. Fuck your ad. So there's that. All right. So that was a good story. Hopefully the guy fully recovers and there's going to be no issues there. George Mira says, did you see the JD Vance at Buffalo posted on Snake Pit? I did not. Let me see if I can find that. Let's see. Okay. Let me go and find it. Give me just a second. I'll find it. Twitter has changed so much. It's so annoying. Oh my God. I have not seen this yet. Here we go. All right, here we go. Oh man. Internet never disappoints. Holy shit. That's pretty damn good right there. That is awesome. Need to see what else you guys have been posting over here. Okay, there's not a lot of posts over there in the Snake Pit. So probably because I haven't been keeping up over there. So that's my apologies. That's a great account though. Like this one here. Here we go.
Life's so short. Fuck it. I don't want to go to court. Fuck it. Got a budget for the lawyer though. Fuck it. I'm on the run for the money. Fuck it. Fuck it. Got a budget for the lawyer though.
Look how he's looking. This is a great account right here. So uh-oh.
2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Beats, I heard 93 rappers say like me. 2 singers and 10 comedians, and I'm still gonna yell at every.
I can't play all this music. Scully says that looks like fun. And we got all the JD advances here dancing.
Big dog stay on the porch, blow the whistle.
wonder if JD actually understands how powerful this meme is. I don't think he does. Knee-high spy for 50. Trying to get a hold of Lindsay and Mitch on my Ouija board. Keep getting numbers have been disconnected. Damn. Now that is savage. However, knee-high spy, I got bad news for you, buddy. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I never want to be the bearer of bad news, okay? I love to tell everybody on the internet exactly what they want to hear at all times. I never want anyone mad at me or angry at me. But unfortunately for you, knee-high spy, Mitch McConnell's doing okay. Mitch McConnell is doing okay. Yes, he is. I hate it for you, man. But Mitch McConnell's okay.
Mitch, what are you doing?
Time to get back in shape.
Oh my gosh, look at you. Getting started.
This is an accurate picture. Mitch is back, boys. He's back. He's coming to fuck up everything and ruin the Save America Act. Mitch McConnell is back. Scott Jennings has confirmed it. It's over. Look how happy his wife is.
Watch this. My goodness, Mitch.
This is how you do it.
Okay, that's worth another 50. Let's freaking go. That is worth another 50. Thank you. I appreciate it. Probably going to get, like, I hope that some of the music I'm playing doesn't get the stream blocked. We'll see. But don't know. Time will tell, right? That's not real? What are you talking about? That's 100% real. Mitch McConnell. Look at it. Even his wife. She's so excited. Look at her. She had no idea. See, you guys were under the impression that Mitch McConnell was in the hospital bed, on life support, had brain damage. No. He's been getting his workouts in, okay? Mitch has been getting the workouts in. So it's over now, okay? It's over. So now he's gonna walk back in. He's gonna ruin the Save America Act, and he's gonna flex. That's what's going to happen, unfortunately. Yeah, we all doubted him. You shouldn't have doubted him. Good old Mitch. Dude, oh God, I wish I could play that. There was one thing I wanted to show you guys, if I could find it. I don't know if it'll yeah, right here, okay? Just because, this reminded me of it, but how many of the guys in the audience can relate? Okay, because I think we all can relate. Me carrying all the groceries in one trip.
All by myself. No pukesters helping me to the left. And no pukesters helping me to the right. Didn't need them then. Don't need them now.
He's the greatest. It's the greatest meme ever. We all were like, don't need no help. I got this. I got this. Maybe if you open the door, that's about it. Maybe you can open the door, but that's the only assistance that I require. So, didn't need him then. Don't need him now. He always sounded constipated, dude. Macho Man had the best promos. They were the greatest things ever. Man, so good. Here we go. My client was on his way to the library when he was viciously attacked by this white man. You know that's what the Democratic narrative will be. Democrats will be like, yeah, our client, the Bison, was on his way to the library when this white man viciously attacked him. You know what's going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised. Not even a little bit. Bison's lives matter. Yes. 100%. Okay, so again, back to the Iran thing. So we're going to be bombing the shit out of them, apparently, according to President Trump, as I played that clip earlier.
Good evening, I'm Bill Malugin, and this is your Fox News report. President Trump reinstating a blockade against Iran as tensions over the Strait of Hormuz reemerge. The U.S. reportedly hitting about 140 targets this morning, with continued strikes ordered tonight. Tehran retaliating against neighboring countries. Tributes are rolling in for Senator Lindsey Graham after his sudden death on Saturday, suffering from cardiovascular disease. His current term was set to expire in January. South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster named Graham's sister, Darlene Graham Nordone, the temporary replacement. One person is dead after an ICE-involved shooting in Maine early this morning. Pro-immigrant protesters gathered near the scene, demanding answers. Details on the victim and the moments leading up to the shooting have...
Oh my God. Immigrants make America great. God. Why are these people so stupid that they don't understand that the issue is illegal immigrants? Why don't they understand this? These people are so stupid.
Not yet been released. The FBI is expected to join state police in that investigation. An update on the New York mom killed in Ireland. Irish authorities say the suspect in 43-year-old Jamie Carney's death is her boyfriend, an immigrant who was denied asylum in the country.
I don't know if you guys heard about this story. I was made aware of this story a couple days ago. I think she's a free Palestine nut job, all about immigrants, and she ended up getting killed by her illegal immigrant boyfriend.
Mom killed in Ireland. Irish authorities say the suspect in 43-year-old Jamie Carney's death is her boyfriend, an immigrant who was denied asylum in the country. Irish police told he's been detained in Jordan, where they believe he fled to. President Trump showcasing IndyCar at the White House ahead of the Freedom 250 Grand Prix. He was joined by top drivers at the White House. The race route will take place on the National Mall. You can watch the race right here on Fox on August 23rd in Washington.
I don't watch a lot of IndyCar. I have watched some IndyCar over the years. I watch more NASCAR, which I haven't watched NASCAR in a long time, but I'm recently back into NASCAR. Last night's race was insane. I stayed up till like, when did it end? Like 2 o'clock in the morning. Fucking crazy. My boy Hocevar almost won. But I'm glad Blaney won last night. As long as Bubba Wallace never wins another race, I will be happy. Bubba Wallace is, I think I hate Bubba Wallace more than any person in sports. I despise Bubba Wallace. I despise everything about him. I hate when he talks. I hate when he's whining. I hate how he drives. I hate everything about Bubba Wallace. He's a lying, race-baiting piece of shit. Can't stand him. But yeah, I'm so happy that he, so Bubba Wallace actually finished third. And then because he went below the yellow line on the last lap, he actually lost like 20-something positions. And he was so whiny after the race. He's such a whiny bitch. Can't stand him. Golden Nuggets, I don't think I needed that information. I'm going to be honest with you. At no point did I need that information. Maybe the chat needed it, but I didn't. Golden Nugget says, I like to watch you on the crapper, Jeremy. I mean, I don't mind. Bubba Wallace and LeBron James is a close toss-up. Well, at least LeBron James actually has talent, unlike Bubba Wallace. So, I mean, I can't stand either one of them either. But Bubba Wallace truly is a diversity hire in NASCAR. He does not belong in NASCAR. He has ruined NASCAR. He's ruined it. He was one of the prominent people that was all about getting the Confederate flag removed from NASCAR because it offended him. Fuck you. And then, of course, his whole garage door pull where he pretended it was a noose and they were doing it for racism purposes. He is a horrible human being and a true cancer for NASCAR. And he's driving for Michael Jordan right now, which is absolutely insane. Good Lord, man. Let me see here. I got a few super chats. Sketch on. Let's see. I got that one. I got that one. Little Jim Salo says, did you see the soldier being flung to? No, I didn't see that. Grandis Potato says the older generations are built different. Daniel says, so rumblings, big election fraud breaking soon. Yeah, so that's going to be Trump's announcement, and I'll get to that here in just a minute. That's our last story we're going to talk about. Heir to the Empire says, check out Mitch in the AI thriller video. I did roll past that. I need to watch it. I haven't yet. Eggy Orphan says, for the freeloader tax. Miniature Von thinks says, someone turned Mitch into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Michelangelo. Miniature Realm thinks says 13% of the bisons eat 52% of the grass. Mar Millen says, as a son of a shithead immigrant, no, I say send them all back. Send them all back. Okay, so President Trump earlier today announced that he was going to be addressing the nation this Thursday. And that's going to be at 9 p.m. this Thursday, 9 p.m. Hopefully I can cover it. I've got to make a change to my plans, but we're getting a little bit of information as to what this might be and what they're going to talk about. President Trump is set to announce that Democratic senators from Georgia were illegitimately elected due to massive fraud following an FBI investigation into Fulton County in 2020. The case has been built for months and it's all coming out now. Democrats are terrified. Trump was right all along.
We have some breaking news in the FBI's Fulton County election investigation. More than 200 federal agents now in Georgia to comb through data seized earlier this year. A clear sign that the investigation into the 2020 election is heating up. Thanks so much for joining us for the On the
Night. FBI agents are going through materials found today during a search of the Fulton County, Georgia election office. That search is said to be related to the 2020 election. Correspondent David Spunt has details tonight. Good evening, David.
Brett, good evening. FBI agents are still on site at the records warehouse for the Fulton County, Georgia Board of Elections. The matter is sealed before a court, meaning details are limited, but we can report this is related to the 2020 presidential election. Sources tell Fox News that agents retrieved documents, phones, and computers after a judge signed a warrant. President Trump has long made Georgia, and specifically Fulton County, a target of his complaints relating to the 2020 election.
Wasn't Fulton County where they did his mugshot? Am I wrong about that? I think Fulton County is where they did the mugshot.
After that election, Trump spoke to Georgia's Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, and said he needed 11,780 votes to win the state.
Hell yeah.
At the time, Raffensperger said
Trump doesn't
he felt
forget.
pressure from Trump and denied any widespread election fraud. He continues to deny it to this day. Now, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis brought state criminal charges against then former President Trump and others in 2023 for conspiracy to overturn the election. But her prosecution, Brett, was eventually derailed completely after it was revealed she had an intimate relationship with the top prosecutor on her team, and it could have tainted the case. Late last year, a judge dismissed the case in its entirety. Now, Brett, last month, the Justice Department sued Fulton County, Georgia, seeking access to 2020 voting records after state officials allegedly failed to respond to a subpoena. Fox News has learned the head of the FBI's Atlanta field office was recently forced out in recent days, but it's unclear, Brett, if this is all related.
Now, update, the fake news is panicking after report claims that Trump and acting DNI Bill Pulte are preparing to drop bombshell documents on 2020 election irregularities. This is huge.
2020 election and potentially sow doubt in the upcoming midterms. A new White House task force is expected to begin releasing documents on alleged and so far absolutely baseless evidence of election irregularities in the coming weeks. That is according to two officials with knowledge of the matter. An acting director of national intelligence, Bill Pulte, will be a part of it. I'm going to guess front of the 20.
I am so happy about this. Now, let's go back to what I said for the 2024 election. I will continue to repeat what I said. Jor-El Cobra, even back then. I love DeSantis as a governor, okay? I was always a huge fan of DeSantis as a governor. I live in the state of Florida. But what did I say to all of these fucking influencers and right-wing retards that jumped on the DeSantis bandwagon? You're stabbing America in the back. Turning on Trump is turning on America. If we do not right the wrongs of 2020, if Trump does not get back in office, then we are screwed. We can never forget 2020. We can never forget what they did, because if they get away with it, and them getting away with it is Trump never returning to office in 2024. If they get away with what they did in 2020, everything is on the table. All right? Everything. So, thankfully, Trump is back in office. As good as DeSantis is as a governor, and I think DeSantis is a fantastic politician. And I think that if you eliminate his disastrous 2024 attempt, I think he could have made a potential president in the future. I don't think a post-Trump world, I don't know what that looks like. So I'm not going to sit here and say that DeSantis can never be president, but in a current Trump world, I don't know how DeSantis can ever recover from what happened. But once Trump is out of the picture, I don't know what things are going to look like. So I'm never going to dismiss that. But the point being is, it didn't matter how good DeSantis was. It didn't matter how good of a job he was doing. It didn't matter. There was only one choice in 2024, and it was Trump, and it was always Trump. Simple as that. Now, hopefully something comes of this. I'm not going to guarantee that this is all just going to happen, but Trump is addressing the nation Thursday night at 9 p.m., and a lot of people are assuming this is what it's going to be in reference to. So this could have been huge. DeSantis listened to his goofball advisors. Yes, he did. And it was a massive, massive mistake. Holy crap, it was bad. I'm calling a Republican Senate super majority, says Daniel. Let's see. There's a rattlesnake in my boot. We all remember DeSantis and his boots. Gosh, there were so many memes about DeSantis. It was brutal. And DeSantis really doesn't understand how to play the media game at all. And I'll never forget how bad that was, man. That was some of the most cringy shit I've ever seen. So DeSantis needs Trump's endorsement. Yes, he does. And I think him and Trump are getting along very good. I do. I think him and Trump get along very good now. But doesn't change how bad that was. He stole those boots from Krista. Barry Bonds is on Netflix Home Run Derby. What does that mean? I don't even know what that is. What are you talking about? Thoughts on the states trying to stop the Paramount Warner Brothers merger? I just heard about this. I don't really know anything about this, so hang on. Warner Brothers Discovery merger. Let's see here. It's official. The lawsuit against Paramount WB or Warner Brothers Discovery merger has been filed. The merger will likely be paused for the foreseeable future, allowing Paramount's debt to continue to climb. 12 states led by California have signed on. So there you have that. I mean, we knew they were going to fight it. Let's see. They don't, that's the whole thing. They want Netflix to have it. Let me see if there's any. Okay, let's see here. WGA, stop. Okay. Cinema United States praise states for suing to block dangerous Paramount Warner Brothers Discovery merger. Several Hollywood trade organizations are in support of a dozen state attorneys general who filed a suit Monday to block Paramount's $110 billion acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery. Unsurprisingly, the Writers Guild of America, which has loudly opposed the merger since the beginning of this saga, is chief among them. Following the news that the long-anticipated litigation had finally been filed in federal court in Sacramento, the WGA East and West, what the hell is this? Wrote a joint statement. The merger of two of the largest Hollywood studios will reduce competition in our industry, leading to fewer jobs, lower wages for entertainment workers, less variety of programming, and higher prices for consumers. We have engaged with offices, blah, 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 blah. Listen, I actually don't disagree with that statement. What I question is the legitimacy behind the statement. I don't want Warner Brothers to be, I don't want Warner Brothers to be taken by Netflix or Paramount. I don't want Warner Brothers to be in that position because I think Warner Brothers has a lot to offer, but I don't know if this qualifies as like a monopoly as they're trying to say. I feel like this is a pro Netflix move. That's what I think it is. But like, just because I agree with this statement doesn't mean that I am in favor of this lawsuit. Just to be clear, because I actually agree with the statement. I think that competition is good. I think we need more competition. I think competition is the most healthy thing for any industry. And I think getting less competition is worse for the customers. And so I don't like that Warner Brothers is there, but I would rather Warner Brothers be at Paramount than be at Netflix. I would much rather Warner Brothers be at Paramount than Netflix. So I don't know if this is just if this was meant to stall the situation. Don't know what the long-term play is here. But while I agree with the statement, I don't believe the statement. I don't believe it's genuine. I believe there is something more behind that. That statement is meant to tug at your emotions. So when WCW died, WWF died. You are correct. I mean, don't get me wrong, WWF still went on to be somewhat successful, but it's a shell of what it was. And the Monday Night Wars with WCW and WWF is the greatest time in wrestling history. And the moment that Vince bought WCW, that was it. And it's never been the same. It's never been the same. So yeah, we'll have to see how this all plays out. But like I said, my stance on it is I agree with the statement, but I don't trust the statement. I don't think that they are genuine in why they're going after this. I just think that they don't want Paramount involved. I think they would rather have Netflix to have control of Warner Brothers and not Paramount. So we'll see how it all plays out. P Tree says, what's the real reason Somalians become pirates? Because they know if their boat sinks, the sharks won't eat them because they look like whale turds floating in the ocean, helping them swim home. God dang it, man. Legalize adulthood with a proper 199. Breaking I.Warforce Unit 199 checking in with a fistful of dollars for your deportation operation. Dave Rubin called. He says a Paramount Warner Brothers merger sounds like a good time he once had at CBGB's in New York City in the 70s. Hail the snake pit. Bro, that is something else right there. In order to erase that out of my memory, I think we need to bring Sydney Sweeney in quickly. We needed a quick save right there. We needed a quick save right there because holy shit, man. That was rough. That was rough. Man. But that's not. We enjoy that. Legalize adulthood also with 20 gifted memberships. And Red Dress has to show up because, of course, they have to show up. Okay? Of course they do. And by the way, because I know how to market things. Okay? Because I know how to market things. I just want you all to know one thing. Okay? that I think everyone should go see The Odyssey. There's a couple of huge reasons that I think it would be a good decision for you. Okay? I think it would be a good decision. You know what I mean? So there you have that. Knee-high spy for another proper 199. A nice pair deserves a nice pair of 199s. Let's freaking go. Yeah, this is the best marketing. Listen, as a Nolan fan, I don't think the trailers have been great for the Odyssey. This is the best marketing campaign they have had by far. Okay? By far the best marketing. It's not even close. Yeah. Carla says you're the worst. No, I'm not. I'm trying to talk about this movie. I'm trying to tell everybody about this. There's a couple of good reasons to go see this movie. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's a good thing, right? Man, now that's a face that could launch 1,000 ships. Yes. Absolutely. Woo. Damn. Anyway, what were we talking about again? I don't even remember. I have no idea. I don't even remember what's going on. And I didn't even know Knee-High Spy was going to drop a proper 199. We got Legalized Adulthood dropped a proper 199. Got Scully dropping a proper 199. You got Legalized Adulthood dropping 20 get the memberships. Holy crap. You guys are insane. And I appreciate it. What is Tree Bear posted now? Oh, God. Hang on. Did Tree Bear post something else? Let's see here. Oh, no. Oh, no. God. That's just fucking terrible. I did see in my mentions here, missed opportunity for Jer-El. You know what? We're changing the name. We're changing the name. That's a good call for X-Wing. X-Wing's not as retarded as I thought he was. Jer-El Cobra. That's good. Run it back, Tree Bear. Run it back. I'm even going to give X-Wing a like. I don't like giving him likes, but that's a good one, okay? Jer-El Cobra. That's good. X-Wing dub. Give him credit. Credit where credit's due. He's a retard, but he's right. So there we go. Congratulations, X-Wing. You got a mention on CobraCast. It's your lifelong dream. Your lifelong dream. You finally got it. Okay, let's see here. There was another thing that I wanted to talk about. I got to go to my bookmarks and see. Grow out the hair again? Nah, I'm not growing out the hair again. No time soon, anyway. I have no reason to. Why would I do that? Especially when we go to Vegas. It's supposed to be extremely hot in Vegas, and I don't want to deal with like long hair or anything like that. So shave it all off. I mean, I did get a $500 super chat to show my hair when I had it grown out. So there's that. By the way, I saw this earlier. I have not seen this. I have not seen the teaser. I bookmarked it. Friday the 13th prequel series, Crystal Lake. I have no idea I have no idea. It's a 30-second teaser releasing October 15th on Peacock. Friday the 13th prequel.
It's like someone put a curse on this town. It all started when that kid drowned last summer. There's something in these woods, and all it knows how to do is kill.
Mommy's here.
There's nothing in that makes me interested. There's nothing. Yeah, is it a female Jason? Because I do worry that does not look like it captures the essence of Friday the 13th at all. That looks like it was updated for modern audiences, is what that looks like to me. And I can't. We'll see more, but maybe it's about Jason's mom. I don't know. I mean, that would make the only sense, but it would be like she's probably getting rid of all this toxic masculinity or some shit like that, So that's the first time I saw it. Can't say that I'm excited for it. So don't know. Doesn't look great. Elliot Page plays the killer. Honestly, if you were going to cast a mentally ill person in that role, I don't think you could find a better choice. I mean, if the whole point is to cast someone that's a killer because they suffer from mental illness, I think Elliot Page would be a great choice for that. Like, when art imitates life, a killer struggling from mental illness after they chop their own tits off goes on a killing spree. I think that would be pretty good. But that's just me. What is this right here? Now, this was earlier, so obviously it's the 2-year anniversary of President Trump's Butler attempted assassination. And President Trump said God is watching over him 2 years after they tried to kill him in Butler, Pennsylvania. They should have had someone on that building. I got lucky. God is watching.
This guy had like 300 rounds of ammunition he would have killed because they had 55,000 people there at that rally. And then we went back and we had 117,000 people showed up. We went back. We had to go back. I always have to go back because you can't let them win. You can't let crazy people and bad people. And he was a very strange cookie, this one. Very, very academically smart, but very disturbed. He's a very disturbed person, but academically, his boards, he had almost perfect boards. He was a great student. But he was a person who was very tormented. He was a tormented person. And they should have had somebody at that, I mean, this is now history we're talking about, I guess. But they should have had somebody at the standing on that building or at that building or watching that building. But with that being said, after that, I mean, I got lucky. God was watching. There's one, Ainsley, God was watching because, my son Don and Eric, both of this guy.
I would have liked to heard the rest of that. But 2 years ago, one of the craziest moments in history. And honestly, I mean, I don't think that it's crazy for me to say, but in my lifetime, outside of 9/11, what happened in Butler is probably the single most impactful day that I've ever witnessed. That close. We came that close to not having President Trump with us. That is incredible to think about. He turned his head or he would no longer be here. And what does this world look like? What does it look like? And I have no idea. And I am scared to even imagine what it looks like. We would have probably had a legitimate, not a meme, but a legitimate civil war. For all of the times that conservatives have been frustrated and, but even when Charlie Kirk was killed, there was no uprising. There was no stuff like that. I think if President Trump is assassinated on live TV in front of the world, I think that we are I don't even want to imagine what would have happened. It would have not been good. And I'm not sure how the Democrats would have handled it, because you have to remember, before this moment, before this happened, Elon Musk wasn't supporting President Trump. None of the other A-list podcasters and all of that were supporting President Trump. But as soon as this happened, as soon as Trump stood up and said, fight, 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 Elon Musk, and I'm not saying this, it's going to sound negative. I'm not trying to sound negative, but it's just being honest. Elon Musk saw the writing on the wall. Elon Musk saw that President Trump was going to win in that moment, and Elon gave his total and complete endorsement in that moment. And he did it because he was jumping on the bandwagon. You know, that's essentially what he did. But he's a smart guy. So like when he sees that something is moving in a certain direction, he's going to jump on that. And that's exactly what he did. Now, I still think that even though I'm being it sounds like I'm being critical of that, like Elon is probably the only reason that Trump did get elected, because he bought Twitter. Now, Trump still has to be Trump. And without Trump, there is no MAGA. There is none of this. But buying Twitter we will never fully appreciate just how big of a move that was. Now, I've gotten to a point where I kind of hate Twitter. As you notice, I don't really talk. I don't tweet that much anymore. I'll reply here and there. I think Twitter's a shit show. The monetization, which I'm never going to say people should take their monetization away, because I don't, but I do think monetization has absolutely ruined Twitter. It is a complete shit show. There's no point in trying to have a rational conversation on that platform at all. People are motivated by being monetized. Totally fine. It is what it is. I think people should be making their money, and I'm here for it. I would much rather have that than Jack Dorsey's Twitter. But yeah, so that move right there, though, with Elon endorsing him after buying Twitter, game over. So it's X now, Jeremy. It's still Twitter to me, damn it. It's still Twitter to me, damn it. But yeah, pray for President Trump. Holy crap, man. He's going to need all the support he can get. Knee-High Spy says first 3 shots at Butler were from a pro. The last 5 by the kid. One original video had 5 shots counted on the roof. Later video said 8. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot with breaking that down, and there's a lot of people that have had theories about it. I'm just questioning why Trump hasn't gotten further into the investigation as to what happened. You know, he doesn't seem overly concerned with it, which makes me concerned. I don't know why. But what a crazy day that was, man. Elon is terrible with names. Everything is named X. Lil X, SpaceX. I don't know, man. Elon's pretty good with names. I don't like Twitter being called X, but SpaceX is a pretty cool name. Tesla is a pretty cool name for his cars. You know, Starbase, what he calls his Starbase in Texas. I think that's a cool name. I don't really like X. I think if he would have called it Twitter X, I think that would have been better. But I just don't like X. When he says that, it's like there's so many things that can be connected, but Twitter X would have been good. But I don't like ex-wife. But I like Twitter X. Twitter X would have been the better name, in my opinion. Dermy Wormy says, hot in Vegas. Not like it's the middle of the desert and the hottest month of the year. It's extra hot there, man. But there's not as much humidity as Florida, so it's not as bad. But I'm going to tell you right now, the humidity in Florida the last few days has been absolutely freaking brutal. It's been tough. And I am always outside because I'm always out walking. And so I always go out the hottest part of the day to do that. Finally, Ripa, finally. Shout out Carl Isom. Finally, okay? There we have it. Where am I walking? I walk everywhere. I'm just obsessed with getting all my steps in every day. Whether it's like, I mean, I have a minimum of 10,000 steps a day, but I'm usually hitting like 15 or 16,000, sometimes up to 20. The other day I did 25,000 steps. So I just walk. I put my headphones in and either have phone calls or listening to YouTube videos. So it's good for you. It's good for you. It's a very good workout and exercise. Daniel says good movies can have bad trailers and bad movies can have good trailers. I can't bring myself to care about them anymore. Just wait for word of mouth. You know, there's never been a more accurate statement than what you're saying. Let's go back to a movie I discuss, Man of Steel. I still argue Man of Steel has the best trailers I've ever seen for a movie. Man of Steel has the best trailers. God, I love those trailers, man. They are so freaking good. And obviously, there's a lot that I like about Man of Steel, but I ultimately can't stand that movie for obvious reasons. And do you know who we blame for that? Who do we blame for Man of Steel being a failure? Christopher Nolan. It's Christopher Nolan's fault. So, let me see. Oh yeah, Jer L. Did you see where Matt Morris described you in Shrek Crocs when you were at the White House? No. Shrek Croc. Is that what he said? I gotta hit up Matt. I haven't talked to him in a couple days. So, can we just cut that 5 minutes out? What are we talking about? I think if we just cut that 5 minutes out, it'll still be the same movie, but better. What are we talking about? You talking about the Pa Kent scene? No, because I don't like the second half of Man of Steel. I just don't like the second half of it. I think all the action is just, it's mindless. It's nonsensical. It's Dragon Ball Z, which I'm not hating on Dragon Ball Z, but that's what Man of Steel feels like, a Dragon Ball Z live action movie with all the nonsensical fight scenes. And it's just too much. The chemistry between Superman and Lois is non-existent, and it feels cringy when they finally have their moment. I'm like, this is not even like earned. She's not Lois at all. You know, I don't like any of it. So it's over the top and stupid. Mr. Blue Sky says buying it forced all other platforms to change. Talking about Twitter, 100%. If Jeremy would shut up about it, it would be a better movie. I'll never shut up about it, man. Because I had so much hype for that. Christopher Nolan producing, Christopher Nolan writing the story, Zack Snyder directing, a great cast, Hans Zimmer with the score. Got everything going for you, man. Nope. It just sucked. And I blame Nolan for it. So, just don't like it. But I do like the first 45 minutes of it. Everything on Krypton is awesome. The flashbacks are awesome. But that's it. Again, don't forget, everyone, President Trump will be making a speech to the nation on Thursday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I'm supposed to be watching The Odyssey that night, but I might make some changes so that I can cover that, because I think that's going to be a pretty important speech. So we'll see. Superman 78, everything or anything after Superman Returns. Well, Superman 78's the king, yes. In my humble opinion, we will never, ever get a better casting than Christopher Reeve as Superman. It's the greatest casting in cinematic history, and I don't think anyone will ever top Christopher Reeve as Superman. I think he's the greatest casting in movie history. And I don't think it's even close. And I think Henry Cavill's fantastic, by the way. I think Cavill's great as Superman. I think he's an awesome Superman. He's a great modern-day Superman, but Reeve is the best casting in history. Right there. Single greatest casting in movie history. Unmatched. His portrayal of Superman and Clark Kent, unmatched. fantastic acting. The man made you believe that Clark Kent and Superman were two different people. Like, go back and watch it. Yes, there's a lot of cheesy moments in Superman 78. Yes, there's a lot of, things that maybe you don't think hold up by today's standards. But the one thing that holds up is his acting as Clark and as Superman are unmatched. And even you as the audience, when you're watching him as Clark, you as the audience are convinced he's not Superman. That's how fucking good he is. And that's the point behind it, is to make people believe that there's no way this guy could be that guy. And when he becomes Superman, he becomes this incredible aura about him. It's fucking amazing. So yes, greatest casting in movie history, in my humble opinion. Yep, he's so awkward as Clark and so perfect as Supes. Yes, he is. And that's not to take anything away from other people. Like, I think Dean Cain was a great Superman. I've always said that. I think Henry Cavill is awesome as Superman. I actually thought Brandon Routh was a really, really good Superman as well. Tyler Hoechlin, is that his name, on Superman and Lois? Thought he was really good. So it's not like we haven't had good Superman castings consistently over the years. We haven't had great Superman movies over the years. I don't think, who's the new guy? Who's the James Gunn Superman guy? What the fuck's his name? Can't even remember now. I said it the other day. What's James Gunn Superman? What the fuck's his name? Cornsweet. David Cornsweet. That's it. I think he's probably the weakest casting for Superman of all of the people that I just mentioned. Cavill, Dean Cain, Brandon Routh, Tyler Hoechlin, I think's his name. I think Cornsweet is the worst casting for Superman that we've had. So, but nobody will ever match Christopher Reeve, in my opinion. So, all right, let's see. The Passable Gamer for 50. No, this is your political channel. Not really. It's just a channel that I talk about whatever. So you can always ask me about whatever. But did you watch the trailer for Digger? Looks pretty good from the trailer. I haven't seen the trailer yet. I thought we were going to react to it on daily. I mean, I guess I can react to it right now if you guys want me to. I haven't seen the trailer though. So I've heard it was a little weird. It's got Tom Cruise in it. So yeah, I guess we can watch it right here. So this is my first time seeing it. Here we go.
Everything changes. You know, one day you're a cat. Just take a little taste for daddy. Come on, sweetheart. Or a king. Next day you're just ashes in a box. How long would you say she has?
Between 2 weeks, 5 minutes.
Mr. Rockwell, my name is Sandy Clarkson.
Yeah, Sandy. How you been, buddy? You're the man with the 5-foot crap. Now, Glacier over there in Greenland, it shifts 5 feet. Now, this desk in front of me is bigger than 5 feet.
Mr. Rockwell.
My dick is a tenth of that size. What do you want me to shut down a $1 billion platform over something that's 10 times the size of my dick?
Oh, I don't believe you understand what's happening, sir.
What did you just say?
Sorry, sir.
Well, I know perfectly well what's going on there.
The big draw is Tom Cruise's acting and his ability to transform into a different character. I think Tom Cruise's acting is actually underrated. I don't think enough people appreciate how good of an actor he is because he's such an action star. He's actually a really fucking good actor.
I'm paying for the whole thing. I'm paying for your
Yes, that's Tom Cruise. For those that are asking, that is Tom Cruise right there.
I'm paying for the whole thing. I'm paying for your fucking 90% Hungarian goose down winter jacket. I'm paying your salary. You want to shut her down?
Well,
say it!
Mr. President, we're utterly unprotected against a disaster of this magnitude.
What's our worst case scenario?
$18 trillion, sir.
Is that all the bad fucking news?
Oh, there's the nuclear waste, too.
Oh, man.
Digger here got us into this mess, and Digger's gonna dig us out again.
Well, let's fucking go. You knew long before the rest of us. That is why it is your problem. If we can't control the course of nature, at least we can control the narrative. But it happened. Mother Nature, she loved the winter.
You're gonna save the world.
All right, fellas, Mother Nature wants to fight.
Is he okay?
Mr. President.
Mr. President?
Fuck this iceberg, let's dash!
Help me shape the story.
They already know the story.
They know the facts. The story is yet to be told.
When all else fails, you hit them with the truth. You know, the hard truth. Just bang, bang, bang. Woo! Woo!
Yeah, that feels good, doesn't it? That's my girl.
That was strange. That was very strange. Yeah, I don't know what to think about this. Is it going for like some climate change angle? I have no idea. It's strange, but let's go back to what I've said before. Resume matters, and Tom Cruise has an incredible resume. So even if I don't think the trailer looks great, I'm going to give him a chance. I'm gonna, I want to see his acting and see what he's able to do in this. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not overly impressed by it at all. So I'll still pass, hard pass. Yeah, looks like satire. It might be satire, but I'll see it because Tom Cruise is awesome. So, but yeah, not really great. Not really that great in my opinion. So, but there you go, Passable Gamer. Thank you for bringing that up. But yeah, I thought we were going to react to it on daily, but we didn't. Dan Campbell says, can you play Snickers Mr. T Speedwalker commercial for the 199? I can see you doing this. Snickers Mr. T Speedwalker. Hey, hang on. Hang on. Is that what it's going to be? Mr. T Speedwalker? Is this it?
Speed walking. I pity you, fool. You a disgrace to the man race. It's time to run like a real man. Take that, speed walker. Do it again, sucker. And that's gonna be trouble with the capital Mr. T. Get a new sticker with the.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty good. Good call right there, Dan. That was good. Minister of Wrong Think says, I sent Matt a super chat demanding to know if D-Day Cobra wore Crocs with his suit at the White House. Got it. I did not. But I'm still probably going to rock a suit in Vegas. Probably not full suit. I probably won't have the jacket, but I'm probably going to have shirt and tie and everything in Vegas. That's my plan as of right now. We'll see. Bibby says, Jeremy, my friend, we need more strange movies like the good old days. I don't disagree. I'm glad it's being made. Philip Johnson says, weird digger movie tax, lurker tax. I have to be very careful when I say that. Taker says, Tom Cruise looks like Dennis Quaid in that movie. Good old Dennis Quaid. Real Stream Hero says, just saw your family reunion on Twitter, tagged you in it, but good Lord, that's enough internet for me. East Coast Toaster Boy says, oh yeah, Dr. Allen Jurassic Park died today at 72. Was it? He was older than that, right? He was older than that. And I am wearing Crocs. I am wearing my USA Crocs right now. God bless America. Okay. All right. 78. That's right. 77 or 78. So, okay. Well, another one in the books. I might do a gaming stream tonight. I don't think Call of Duty is going to play. Call of Duty is dog shit. The Black Ops, I've been trying to play Black Ops on PS5. It's just crap. So I was wanting to stream that, but I'll see if maybe the guys are available. Maybe we'll run some Fortnite or some shit like that. So D-Day Cobra Gaming, okay? D-Day Cobra Gaming. If I go live, it'll be over there. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I'm going to, I'm going to consider it. Udite for 20 says, speaking of resumes, the director is the same one who did The Revenant, Birdman, and 21 Grams. He's one of the best around, even though it's mostly cinephiles that actually know his name. Alejandro, I don't know how to say his last name, but I am familiar with his work. Birdman was a huge hit for cinephiles, as you say. Revenant was good. I'm still not convinced Revenant was the Oscar-winning performance of Leo's career. I think he should have won it for Wolf of Wall Street, but I think they gave it to him for Revenant because, they thought he deserved it the years before. But either way, that'll be interesting to see. Chronically Spicy says, off topic, but do you still need a writer? Let's go. I don't handle those decisions, but you can email Tommy@geeksandgamers.com and, you can see what they have to say. We have a different team that handles all of the stuff from the writing team. So, but Tommy can at least be the person that you talk to, and then he can talk to Jonas and Alex and see what availability they have on the website. That guy, Anthony, says, a great bad movie is Firewalker, Chuck Norris. Taker says, there's a place in New Jersey called Diggerland. To be very careful when I say that, okay? And with that, we're going to call it a night. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. I might go live tonight. I might not, but subscribe to D-Day Cobra Gaming. If we play, it'll be over there tonight. So thank you. You guys have a good evening, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.